So I was inspired to make this video real quick from a recent conversation that I had with someone, and how sometimes single mothers, or at least households that don't have a father in the house, how they sometimes allow the son to become like the man of the house. Like if he was 12 or 13, he was bringing in money. That's one thing, but when he's bringing in money to kind of like help you survive, and he feels as though he's the man of the house at that point, and he's helping pay bills and more. I mean, I've heard some interesting stories about how boys had to grow up really quickly to help take care of the house, the mom, and the other kids. When they become grown men, first of all, they start out becoming really arrogant. They are very protective of their mothers, which is understandable. I get that, but almost to the point where it's almost assumed in the household that the mother will never have another relationship with a man. It's almost like he takes over for everything: the boyfriend, the husband, the man of the household, everything. He becomes everything. And we have young boys doing this as young as 9 and 10 years old, sometimes even younger than that. Even more so in a household where the father may have started out in the house, but the parents either separated or they got divorced or something like that. And then, the son kind of looks at the father in a very negative way at that point. So he then decides for himself that he's going to be the man of the house. The mother is not necessarily telling him you're the man of the house. It's the way she behaves, pretty much by allowing him to do and say anything he wants, because for some it's guilt. It's guilt because I didn't, I felt like I could have done a better job with your father, or maybe I picked the wrong man and here I am and now you don't have a father in the house. And so some mothers use this guilt to kind of compensate for where they feel their child is lacking. The problem is when the son grows up and he becomes older, right? And he still feels as though mom is his responsibility. It's going to be harder for you to date. It's going to be harder for you to establish relationships with another man because he feels in his mind that he is your man. You don't need anybody else. You have him. And there could be some things that you're doing to help perpetuate that and you not even know it. On into adulthood, when these boys grow up into being men and they become adults, right? And they have their own relationships. The problem is they end up kind of reverting back to being a boy. These men date women that either he can control, or he tends to date women that mother him. Stop allowing these boys to run your house. They are boys. They are not men. As much as they feel as though they are men, as they can, they can act as though they're a man. They can act all protective and all that. That's cute. But at the same time, he is still a boy and you're still his mother, and you should treat him accordingly. He may think he's grown, but he has no idea what it means to be an adult. He's a kid. He should be doing kid things, not grown-up things. Okay? Like helping run households and making decisions about the house, or making decisions about your dating life, because he has no business in that. I can understand if you have been dating somebody for a while and you want to introduce them, but your child has to have limits and boundaries. Okay? And when it comes to your personal life, that's none of their business until it gets to the point where it's something serious and you feel like this person is a potential long-term mate. And even then, you should be careful as to how much information you provide at that time. Let them live the life of a kid, because that's what they are.